Good evening, lovely tubers. White Mexican back again with another Market Watch Investments video for you guys tonight. Getting things started, I want to review Dual Terminal 1, more specifically Alley of Justice Catastor. This is a card that I showcased in my previous video, but I still think it's just such a sound investment. Dual Terminal preview cards, of course, are kind of unattainable right now, really rare, really high dollar in price value, but Dual Terminal 1, remember, is the very first dual terminal, and again, White Mexican Theory, Konami is no longer producing or manufacturing dual terminal cards, and they have not pushed any kind of communication of reproducing this rarity, and I think it's safe to say that it is a fan favorite rarity. A lot of people like dual terminal, myself included. I really tie this in with the whole bands with Dual Saga and Dual Saga Ultra Rare being the only Ultra Rare that has ever been produced here in the TCG, which looks fantastic. Links up very well, just the same story with Dual Terminal. So go ahead and looking at this card. This card is still about 2 bones. Really quick, I'm going to go ahead and refresh that because this was an older page. I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys some accurate results here to make sure that this is still available. But this was something that I touched on lightly in my last video, and I just kind of want to go back and review it because, again, you can see there's a 3-stack here for roughly around 2 bones before you factor in shipping. And it looks like the big fat stack has cleared out. So I don't remember specifically what seller it was, but there was a seller on the first page that it had, I think it was like 40 plus copies. There was a lot of copies, and I specifically highlighted this card because it's dual terminal. It's rare dual terminal. It's Dual Terminal 1, and it's a generic level 5 Catastor Synchro Monster, which has got great artwork, great history. An all-around just amazing card. Of course, we have the Ultimate Rare version of this, which looks really great as well. Personally, I prefer the Dual Terminal Rare. The Ultimate looks great. The affordability, you can't just pass up the affordability of this card. I mean, 2 bones for this DT Rare. For this very popular, very powerful Synchro. And it's just got crazy history, too. So you can't really pass up on this. So someone took some advice, or someone's advice, not necessarily mine specifically, but that fat stack is gone now. There's the highest stacks are 3 ofs, and they're roughly, they trickle up to about 5 plus on the second page. But again, there is still a few available for 2 bones if you go for the short stacks here. Most of these are 1 ofs, you can get around 2 bones. This is just a fantastic. I'm really excited that someone went up and picked these up because this was just a great buy, personally, in my opinion. Next is going to be Draco Berserker of the Tini. So this is a newer card. Again, White Mexican, I'm not very familiar with the new stuff. I think the last sealed product I invested was in the 2018 Megatins. That was just a terrible blunder in my past. I was hoping they would reprint Secret Ash Blossom. And of course, we got shafted by Konami. We didn't do that. It's kind of a little silly story that I tell here and there from a broken past. But moving on. This is the, I guess, reprint version. I think the original version was an ultra rare. This is the 2010 Prismatic Secret Rares, which just look fantastic. And this card is insanely cheap. The tuner requirement or summoning requirement kind of confuses me how it's +1 plus non-tuner monsters. I don't know if this is a 2 monsters or it's a tuner +1 non-tuner monster. I kind of tripped out about that. I'm not really sure if you guys know what that is. If it is 2 or is it 3 monsters, I don't know. I don't know if I can just can't read English or what, but it kind of tripped me up. But this is a generic synchro that has got a really awesome quick effect, and it's got a double for the boosting as well, which is pretty cool. And then it kind of has like the Blackluster effect where it can attack again, potentially on other monsters, which is really, really cool. It's also a 3K beater, a dark, and I believe it is a level 8, which is really, relatively easy to whip out here. And yeah, just an all-around really great card again, and this is like under a bone, and I don't know, I just think this is a really cool card, and I didn't really know about this card again because it's like a newer-ish card, but really cool stuff there. Next is gonna be Arch Nemesis. So funny enough, again, I really I'm not on top of the meta, the big time scenes, but so Eternity Code Dawn Arch Nemesis, the deck type, archetype, whatever you want to call it. And Protos here and Eschatos is they're both ultra rare solo prints, and they're really cool. Really great cards. If you running a deck where you have multiple attributes or different types. Really cool, awesome artwork, killer lockdown effects. Again, these are cards that I just didn't know about. I kind of started doing some research on the Arch Nemesis archetype in general. Found some really cool stuff. Unfortunately, they don't really have a lot of support right now. I'm not aware of any kind of big time build, or if anyone's even playing this deck, because it's just not very popular or not really well known. It's kind of something that was brushed over. But these two boss monsters are indeed boss monsters, heavy hitters. Special summon, kind of like Chaos Monsters, pretty great mechanic. I love that. And their lockdown effects are just really insane. Really, really great stuff. For Protoss, it's about 2 bones here. Not a big deal. Several pages on the market. And then for Chathos, it's about 3 bones. So interesting on that. Really great cards. Really, really excited to see where that deck goes in the future. So really quick, going back to my whole spiel on the Gen 1 through 3 starter decks, of course, Generation 1 being the Yugi Kaiba. Of course, there's some other ones too, but the first 2, Yugi Kaiba for Blue Eyes, and Dark Magician, first edition Ultras, ungodly expensive, really big time collector stuff for the first editions. Same with Gen 2, which I consider the Evolution, and then Gen 3, which was this right here, the Reloaded series. Something with Blue Eyes, I'm not really sure. There being an uptick in value with Blue Eyes, I'm not really sure what's been going on with that. But Blue Eyes Dark Magician, anime collectors, nostalgia, always really great values in this. But more specifically, for right now, the end of 2020, I'm not really sure why. I've definitely noticed on pretty much the majority of almost all versions, besides maybe some of the commons, Blue Eyes has been going up just a little bit, but significantly enough. More specifically for this print, this has been something I've always felt very passionately about. More for these specifically. Again, the Gen 1 through 3 Gen 1s are kind of unattainable. They've always been, they're old now. They're 18 plus years old now, and they're just really expensive. Again, collector's value. Only talking about first editions, lightly played or better condition, but it's something interesting is happening with Ultimate Rare Blue Eyes White Dragon. Again, we have the Ghost Golds, but per rarity hierarchy, this would be the second under the Ghost Gold. Technically, the Ghost Gold is Ghost Gold, but it is still a Ghost nonetheless. And then, of course, this is the only Ultimate Rare version that we have of Blue Eyes. Now, granted, it is from a starter deck, but it's from a relatively old starter deck. And the price value is reflecting, and it's about time that this finally started to go up. And I'm really excited to showcase this because I've been waiting to kind of get some history behind this, and it's finally seeing some momentum. So I'm really happy to share this information with you guys. Unlimited, slightly played starting market price is going to be roughly around 9 bones market starting price, and then quickly jumps up to about 15. And we get there's no first editions on the first page. Absolutely no first editions on the first page. Only 2 pages on the market. So again, this may just be because the smaller influx on the market now. People have been noticing these. People have been buying up. I've been talking about this card for at least a year now. Always been one of my top choices for collector's value for sure. The first edition that we're seeing here on the market is a whopping almost 33 bones. This card went from 5.3. I mean, that's the price I was picking it up like about a year, 2 years ago. When I was living back in Japan, I was picking this card up like crazy for 3.5 bones, and again, first editions only. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Fast forward 2 years later, I knew this was going to be a hot card. We're seeing it here at 30 plus, and it didn't happen overnight. It started out, it was like 5, it was 3, then 5, and then went to 8, and then for the longest time it was around 10. Obviously, there's been some kind of buyout to a certain extent, because the first editions are just really being scraped off the market here. But a really significant price increase. Really happy about the new price point for the first editions on this. And of course, obviously, it's going to increase the unlimited price a little bit. It's going to have to follow up. Next is going to be the Gen 2, which I consider the Evolution series. Again, Blue Eyes. This was as a super rare. Again, not a big fan of this particular artwork, but this is extremely old, and we're seeing something interesting. So this hasn't had quite as good luck as price increasing here. What I did notice though is that there's not a lot of first editions. Like, at least you have to go through the multiple pages. You used to be able to pick this off, by page 3, 4. You'd find first editions all over the place, at least onesie, twosies, maybe a 3 stack. But now, as you guys can see, we're the 5th out of 7 pages where we find our first editions for roughly around 5 bones starting market price, and then it goes up to about 6 plus for a 5 stack. So very, very minor increase in value in that, but it's definitely going in the right direction. So really excited to give you guys an update on that. Next is going to be Legendary Collections 3 Yugi's World. So the next 2 sets is actually going to be Legendary Collections 3 and 4. Hands down, my all-time favorite. And if you guys have been watching my channel, you guys are probably sick of me talking about this, but I just can't get enough of it. Legendary Collections 3 and 4 are my all-time favorite reprint sets. I love these sets so much. Legendary Collection Kaiba was pretty cool. It's up there too. But Yugi's World and Joey's World really, really steals it for me personally. This was a really special time in Yu-Gi-Oh! And they printed a lot of cards, a lot of old school nostalgic cards, and really amazing rarities, mostly in Secret Rare. Funny thing about these 2 sets, you'll notice that a lot of the Secret Rares run parallel in this set, which is Raigeki and Foolish Burial, and I don't know why Konami chose to do that, but it's pretty cool because they really made some stellar card selections for this set, and everything just looks gorgeous. It's amazing. There's so many cards. I could talk about this set like the whole entire video. I'm not going to do that, but I just wanted to kind of do some flash review prices on the set because it's just been a while since I've covered these sets, and I just have such a great passion for these sets. So really quickly here, and again, when I say flash review prices, it's really, I'm not going to be going specifically in and getting the immediate like active price of the cards. I'm going to be just going over the averages really quick, and if you guys are curious, you guys can go back, do a little footwork, do some investigation yourself, and kind of figure out specifically what the market price. But starting out here, Dark Magician is between 40 and 75. Dark Paladin is going to be between 20 and 34. Blackluster Soldier, amazing, amazing secret rare. I really like this rarity a lot. It's not as good, in my personal opinion, as the Master Volume, I believe Master Volume Collection 1, Volume 1. That is my favorite secret rare of this. This looks very, very nice as well. Between around 12, 18 bones. Dark Magician of Chaos sitting between around 18 bones. One of my all-time favorite ban cards. I love this card a lot. My personal favorite is the first editions from Starter Deck Pegasus, which, if I have my history correct, I believe was the very first print of Graceful Cherry that we've ever had in the TCG. And that is well on its way to the collector's market. I'm very, very surprised. Last time I actually reviewed the Starter Deck Pegasus first editions, at least slightly played or better, they were only a couple dollars, which really, really surprised me a lot. And I've been picking these up for years just because that and Relinquish and pretty much any of the Gen 1 holo foils, if you get them first edition, lightly played, or to your mint, I really, really think, like everything else in this game, as time goes on, as it gets older and older and older, especially these cards that are like Gen 1 era, we're talking about 18 plus years old, they're just only going to go up. You got to get on them early. So secret rare version of this, really, really great, is between 20 to 18. We got Harpy's Feather Duster sitting around 8 between 16. We got the secret rare versions of Exodia here. Sangan Secret is beautiful. One of my all-time favorite prints of Sangan. There's really nice super and ultra rare variants that are really great too. But I don't think I've owned even a single copy of this because it's always been kind of at a price point that's been uncomfortable. I didn't want to pay, but now it's in between 10, 14, not too bad. Change of Heart, again, one of those really just nostalgic Gen 1 ban cards. Really, really amazing. Hasn't seen the light of day from the ban list in so many years. It's been decades almost, decades upon decades. Really, really crazy. Amazing artwork. Secret rare of this, between 16 and 13. Really great. We got secret rare Blackluster, secret rare Buster Blader, Pot of Greed. Of course, all the Exodia pieces, secret rare, and secret rare Judgment. There's just amazing, amazing cards for days in this set. So you guys, I highly recommend you guys check out this set. The price fluctuations are always kind of going up and down the set, but I always think this is going to be a great collector set. It has amazing cards and amazing rarities. Next is going to be Legendary Collection for Joey's World. We have Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, the secret rare. Now, we do have some pretty interesting prints of this, like the Shonen Jump Ultra Rare promos. I think that's actually the most expensive print right now. Of course, we have this amazing secret rare, and then we also have some DT versions, which I want to say, I believe are common, but still very, very nice. I'm a very, very big fan of DT. We'll definitely check those out. So the secret version here is sitting between 13 and 17. Of course, we got the other version of Harpy's Feather Duster. Pot of Avarice secret rare is really, really nice, between 8 and 12. The second print of secret rare Pot of Greed. Got Secret Rare Tarantula here between 4 and 10, pretty big variant there. Book of Moon Secret Rare, I really think, and this is actually surprisingly enough, has been seeing some side play here and there, and I've kind of forgotten about this card, but I've always been a very, very big fan of this card, taking me way back to, I believe, Pharaonic Guardian as a rare, I believe, if I have my history correct, is the first print run for us here on TCG. One of my all-time favorite sets. I'm a huge Gravekeeper fan, and I really, really love Pharaonic Guardian, I'm sorry. Really great set, really great Gen 1 nostalgic set. We got Regeki here between about 5 and 7. Amazing Foolish Burial Secret Rare. This looks really great. We're about 5 bones for that. Secret Spies. I would recommend, if you want to go Spy, the Secret Rare is pretty great. My top version would definitely be the Dual Terminal 2. Again, I'm an avid Gravekeepers fan. And for the longest time, there was so much on the market. It's really slowing to whittle down here as time goes on, and it's starting to increase with, like, the numbers decreasing. But the Dual Terminal Rare, at least for the longest time, I mean, it's been a while since I reviewed it, was, just even under $1. And now I want to say it's a couple dollars. And I could totally see this card increasing even higher, more specifically for the DT rares, but maybe even for the Secret Rare too. The Secret Rare, I personally own several copies of the Secret and the DT. They look very, very nice. We got a lot of awesome high rarity Dark World stuff again. I'm a huge avid fan of Dark World. Some of my favorite decks are like Dark World, Gravekeepers, Anti-Meta, Shadal's, Lightsworn, Magic Bullets. There's just Infernities, Satellar Knights. There's so many different decks that I really like. I really like Gladiator Beast too. But Dark World was like one of my first loves. Anti-Meta and Dark World kind of go like way back to me coming back in the game after high school in 2011, and are always just hold a really high standard in my personal Yu-Gi-Oh realm. We got Secret Snow here, Secret Snow, Secret Brow, really great stuff. Again, Legendary Collections 3 and 4, cannot get enough of it. I highly recommend you guys check it out. So the last card that I want to showcase for you guys tonight is going to be High Priestess of Prophecy. I thought this came ultra rare. I can't remember. Sometimes TCG players are a little finicky when you're looking for ultra rares because there's like a specific code you gotta type in sometimes when you're going through all the different variants. But I can't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought it came ultra rare. Maybe it didn't. This is just the version that I found today to showcase. This is the Secret Rare version, original print from Return of the Duelist. This has amazing artwork. Spellbooks has a really fat chunk of history in the Yu-Gi-Oh game, and it was a really infamous time. I think it's safe to say, Dragon Ruler and Spellbooks, and there's all these just amazing formats that really have just great memories that really take players back, and I definitely think that Spellbooks do that, and there's a big player base that really are fanboys of this deck, and of course this has some nice cutesy anime girl artwork, and it's a Secret Rare from Return of the Duelist, which is a relatively old set now for sure, definitely getting up there in age. I don't really know if they play this card. Again, I've never piloted, or I was never really a big fan of Spellbooks. I appreciate them, I respect them. I think their history is really true to its own merit alone. But this is an all-around just really great card, and the price point is reflecting it relatively well as well. You can see here it's about 16 bones for Unlimiteds, and there is the first starting price here is roughly around a little over 20 bones for a lightly played first edition, and only 3 pages on the market. So that is all I have for you guys tonight. Yu-Gi-Oh has been part of my life for almost 2 decades. I love the trading, the friendships, the investments, all of it. Yu-Gi-Oh is just it's a big passion of mine, and I love it. And I think this game can do a lot of great things. I think it's important to have something that you can work towards, and have kind of an out and something to vector through. And it's a really great hobby, and it can do a lot of positive things if you allow it in your life. I think it's really great for everyone to have something that they you care about and just have a passion for, a positive passion for. It's really, really great. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day and making some fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh investments yourself. This has been a showcasing by The White Mexican, and I will see you in the next video.